Greetings, exiles. I'm starting with the clickbait intro. Finally, this is it. Just kidding. These keys are just a scam and the chance of getting anything valuable is practically zero. But you can find Mageblood on the map, just like that. Well, why not? All I had to do was kill 670,000 monsters and I got Mageblood. That's a lot of luck. But I will not use this precious belt in my journey, and I will not sell it to buy new equipment. Well, just because it's not interesting and let it stay in the stash for now. Let's buy new gems. You can buy them level 1 and level up them yourself. This will allow you to save quite a bit. But in any case, I recommend making these purchases as soon as possible because it will significantly increase our DPS. But damage is good. But now let's talk a little bit about defense, because many of you had a question about defense. First of all, I want to say that we actually a paper build and one-shots are quite common, but we can improve our defense. First of all, you can add Inspired Learning. This budget headhunter will give us small buffs and therefore we will die less often. Inspired Learning can be placed here. You can also move your gems from gloves to boots. We will of course lose our movement speed, but we will gain 25% increased maximum life, which greatly improves our survivability. And don't forget about this mastery if you use Greed's Embrace. Personally, I recommend a minimum of 3,500 HP for comfortable mapping. Because in my personal experience, when I had 3000 HP, the number of one-shots was very large and the difference of 500 HP is immediately noticeable. Another reason why you often die is physical damage, because we have 0 armor, but this situation can be fixed. To do this, you need to add this armor, a flask, a belt, and slightly modify your helmet. If you add this Timeless Jewel or this Watcher's Eye, all physical damage taken will be converted into elemental damage and it will increase our survivability significantly, because we don't have to worry about physical damage. Even 90% of physical damage taken as elemental damage will help you avoid a lot of one-shots. In this case, we lose item quantity and rarity, but it's better than losing a map every time because you ran out of portals. But these are all temporary solutions that will help you with defense. But our main goal is Headhunter because this belt is the best source of defense that makes us almost immortal. So let's save up our currency and buy it as soon as possible. I have already got my headhunter and now I can change my atlas and add beyond and we can go to the maps in search of valuable loot. Because my currency stash is empty again and I have a lot of expensive purchases ahead of me. Quite valuable loot, and this gem is quite expensive in this league. And some more enjoyable tinks. With Headhunter, the speed of earning currency is increased many times, because as I said earlier, we become almost immortal, but do not relax because there are such nuances. I hate this modifier, which makes our character teleport to monsters. I also want to remind my viewers that in the process of magic find we will find a lot of unique items, most of them are trash. But with the help of Vol Orb we can turn trash into treasure. And thus we can earn a lot of divine orbs. Well, I've accumulated some currency and I can spend it. First I need Vol Caustic Arrow level 21, so let's go to Temple. But first a little preparation for the expedition. Bad luck. Unlucky again. Not my best trip to the temple. Alright, let's level up another 9 gems. It's good that in this league we have a lot of experience. Attempt number 2. Finally. Just what I need. In the end, I spent about 22 divine orbs to get Vol Caustic Arrow level 21, and if we look at the cost of these gems, I managed to save quite well. And yes, it's worth it because each level of Caustic Arrow increases our damage significantly. But I want to warn you, this is a gamble and you can spend a lot of divine orbs and end up with nothing, or on the other hand, get a few of these gems and instantly become richer by a few dozen divine orbs. Anyway, I've warned you. Next I need a new quiver and I decided to buy one of these. Pretty standard variant for end-game setup. And many of you may wonder why I bought it and not made it myself. But it's very simple. Craft for this quiver is very annoying and I decided that it is easier for me to buy it. But for those of you who want to make it, I will leave a link to the crafting process in the description of this video. But do not forget that crafting in the Path of Exile is not only an opportunity to save money, but it is also a rage attack when random is not on your side. Progenesis is another expensive purchase, but it's worth it. Because with this flask we increase our survivability even more, and that's why Progenesis is a must for almost any end-game magic find builds. Now it's time to change Wildwood Ascendancy because I need more space for the loot. But seriously, at this stage charms will be much more useful. In my build I use charms like this. I also changed my gem setup, added a Dread Banner and a Haste with Divine Blessing, so be sure to check out my new POB. The link will be in the description of this video. I have often been asked how I got the last points for Wildwood Ascendancy. I simply bought a kill for the King of the Mists on TFT. Very quick and easy, and I spent the time I saved on earning currency. Time is money, remember that. And some more expensive purchases to make the build even stronger. Corrupted armor. I know a lot of you love crafting, but unfortunately there isn't much of it in this video, and this is the best I can show you. Because almost all the improvements are expensive unique items. And a unique bow that synergizes perfectly with my new quiver. But don't forget what I said in the last video. The Widow Hail can only be used after you buy armor that will give +3 or +4 levels to our Caustic Arrow. And if you don't have that armor, the classic Chaos Damage over time bow will be better. Speaking of which, you can always play the lottery in the temple and try to get the same armor much cheaper than it is sold on the trade site. Well, level 4 in power is not the most expensive purchase, and to tell the truth it could have been done much earlier. But I simply forgot about it. Well, now my character looks like a hero, and before I go to the maps to test my new gear, I want to show you how many monsters it took me to kill to buy all these items. I don't know what this number will tell you though, because if I had sold my mage blood I would have been able to finish my build much sooner. But you asked me to do that, so enjoy the numbers. Speaking of which, I switched from T7 Cemetery to T11 Burial Chamber because it's generally a more profitable map. There are good divination cards, and also we can find Valdo's puzzle box. More scam from the developers, and I would rather sell them. But I can't do anything about myself. I'm too addicted and I want a shiny mage blood. Cemetery is certainly a good map, but I missed the doctor. And more Valdo's scam box. At this point the build is almost done, and ideally I want a new Venter's Gamble. Something like that. and Calandra's touch, and a good elegant hubris. But that's some homework for you, because that's the end of my journey. And it's time to say goodbye. Thank you all for watching, commenting, and giving me advice. I appreciate it. Also, I will be very grateful for your likes, subscriptions, and comments. And if you have any questions, join my Discord channel. The link you will find in the description of this video. Bye everyone, and see you in new videos.